Hey guys, Dallas and Brad here. We're in the shop today. It is Friday. We race tomorrow at Talladega Short Track. Maybe. There's like an 85% chance of rain, so we don't really know. We don't think we'll get it in. We think we'll be rained out, but we're gonna have everything ready just in case. And next weekend, we plan to take the weekend off. Plans change, but I'm trying to hold to that and not let him race next weekend. Have a family weekend. But you guys can see we're missing the right side. We got to put that on. Brad is pumping some fuel out of the drum here for some fuel to go to the racetrack. And then
we did get the motor swapped out.
Yeah, I got the motor swapped out. That is the normal Talladega Short Track motor.
We did have 2 head gasket issues on the other motor.
Okay, so just like we expected.
So both head gaskets were, something happened to both head gaskets. I don't know what. That is what the issue is.
Okay, all right. So what I'm gonna work on right now, I'm gonna work on changing the rear gear for the Talladega gear, because if you know much about late model, that's the main gamble, is just trying to figure out which gear to take to which track, and trying to gain information from people. Like if you go to a new track, it's hard because they have different motors, so it's hard to be like, hey, what gear do you run? Because everybody's completely different. But anyway, we're gonna get to work. We got a lot to do, and not out here today because she's battling an upper respiratory and a right ear infection now. 2 weeks ago she had a left ear infection and upper respiratory, and this time it's the other one.
That's what I was gonna say. The other night I put you guys on time lapse when we were swapping the motor. I didn't say nothing in the video. I just left it on time lapse till the video died, and that was because me and Dallas have been fighting sinus issues. It looks like I've been blowing pollen out of my nose. So hopefully this rain kind of washes some of that pollen away and we can get over that.
And you can tell by our voices, which you heard my voice last week at Boyd's, it was already a little raspy, and this week it's especially raspy. It's getting a little bit better, but it's still a little on the manly side, and Brad's is a little bit deeper than normal. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get to work. We're gonna change this rear gear, and then we're gonna get this right side on, get some fuel in the car. Brad's putting fuel in the car now.
Alright guys, so we've got everything pretty much buttoned back together. The body, all the body brace and everything. Motor's finished up. Dallas has mopped the floor over here and got all the oil out of the trailer, out of the shop floor here. So we're pretty much to a quitting point right here. All I gotta do tomorrow is just check all the settings on the shocks to make sure the ones that we changed at Boyd's goes back to where they are at Talladega. One thing that we done this week, well, first of all, we've had several comments, people asking what it costs to race on a weekly basis. And we get that question a lot. A lot of times people want to know what it costs when you don't tear anything up. Some people want to know what it costs when you do tear something up. So what we're going to do, I've got it wrote down here on the whiteboard, everything that we've bought this week. We're going to do that for this week and keep up with everything. And then next week, if we get to race tomorrow, next week, barring nothing happening tomorrow night, we're going to keep up with what we have to spend next week to get back to the track again. So that'll kind of show you guys what it costs to race weekly. And you know, right here, that was automatically the first thing I had to get was degreaser.
You're not even looking at it, baby.
Huh? First thing I had to get right there was degreaser. That was 20 bucks. We used 2 gallons of gas in the pressure washer while I was trying to wash all the oil off, so that's roughly 7. Got 2 cans of brake cleaner, that's $8. You guys saw in the video where we popped the right rear tire, so in order to replace that tire, that was $2.25. We got 2 gallons of cheap oil, and I hadn't added that up yet, but that was roughly like $40 roughly. 2 gallons of antifreeze to put back in the motor because antifreeze was mixed with the oil. And this right here is what I'm wanting to show you right now. I hadn't added all that up yet, but I'll get it on there. 1 carburetor stop, and I'll show you what I mean by that. It's not necessarily a necessity, but if you remember, we had an issue a couple weeks ago where our throttle was hanging wide open. And right here, this is a all-star part. I've had it on there probably middle of last year, I guess. And what was happening, there's supposed to be a stop right here so that when you're wide open with the carburetor, it hits the stop and it lets you know that you are wide open so you don't bend your carburetor shafts and all that. Well, there's also a piece right here, and it's got a machined shoulder that fits down in this hole to where it mounts to the throttle linkage, and this is supposed to actually rotate as you pull the throttle back. Well, that piece had stripped out and it got tightened down, and so you know, it was mounted like that. Dallas, come hold the camera. I can't do this one-handed. Just right here. And what had happened once this got tightened down so tight, every time I would mash the gas, instead of it staying level, it was coming straight. Let's see. It was coming straight up in the air like that, and it was getting caught on the air filter base. Now, this piece right here, the throttle stop, it lasted about a race, and the thread stripped out and fell off. It was laying down an intake and all that. I do like this piece because you can adjust the tension on your springs, and I like to have, you know, when it's sitting there idling, I like no pressure on the springs because it's easier to get in the gas better. Like on restarts and stuff, I can get to it sooner. That's my personal preference, but you know, some people like tight tension, light tension, tight tension, whatever your preference is. So what I done, I replaced it with the Willys part number. I've run this setup for years and years. I just ordered that one last year because my other one, there's little spacers underneath there. They kind of got boogered up, so I throwed it away. But you can see the springs are down here out away from the air cleaner. You can adjust your throttle stop right here, and it's just a threaded bolt. I have seen people say they've welded washers on this bolt to prevent this from going back there, so that may be an upgrade that I do later on. But I've never had an issue out of this right here. The only flaw that I don't like is that you can't adjust your spring tension in it without putting stiffer springs, you know. But if you put stiffer springs, you're gonna have a stiffer spring all the way throughout, where this, you can have a real, basically a throttle that you can breathe on, and it's gonna be opened up, then your spring tension comes in. So, but anyways, like I said, that was a cost that we bought this week. I think it was, what,
40.
60 something shipping and all. I had to double check. It's 40 to 60. I can't remember. I'll have to double check and put it on there.
I think that was 40 without shipping, and then shipping you're looking at about $12, $15. So you're
so right
probably,
at 60.
Yeah,
So somewhere in that range. But anyways, that was the cost for this week, and I believe that's all we've spent so far, I think. Anyways, we'll keep that.
Get some bolts.
Yeah, I had to get bolts for our new thermostat housing here. It came in, so now we won't have to swap this out versus the dome motor whenever we're swapping them in and out. So I had to get new bolts for this. Of course, the housing came with bolts, but they're too short for the spacer there, so I think that was $10. Like I said, we'll keep that updated all this weekend, and then next week as well, if we get to race tomorrow night. Hopefully we don't have to spend no more money this week. So you can see right here, we've got 0 laps on the oil, and the rear end dope's got 80, transmission fluid's got 80. We need to change that before we go. You can see right here we've got 38 laps on the on the motor that's in the car now, and then the motor that we had at Boyd's the other night, it only had 46 laps on it. So that's where the 80 laps of oil came from, roughly. So we'll include an oil change into this on the board because we had to change the oil. So anyways, we're gonna call it quits tonight. We'll see you guys at the track tomorrow night. We hope
rain doesn't get us.
Yeah, hopefully rain doesn't get us and we're able to go racing. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thanks to Vinson Race Engines, Wendell. Thanks to KT Heat and Air, Warp Speed Performance Parts. All right, guys. So Talladega actually ended up getting rained out Saturday night, so we did not go racing. We had contemplated going up to Mountain View. They were paying $2,500 to win for our class, or we also contemplated like going to ECM because it's just about an hour up the road. But in the video, like me and Dallas had said in the video, we were fighting sinus issues. Me and Maggie had gotten better. She had gotten some medicine. Dallas was getting on the better, and then throughout the weekend, you know, my sinuses started to bother me, so we just made the decision to stay home this past weekend. This coming up weekend is NASCAR weekend at Talladega. For those of you who are new to the channel, we stay far away from that because, you know, I feel like we have the Talladega curse for NASCAR weekend. Every time we go down there, something crazy happens. We end up tearing a bunch of crap up, so we just stay away. It's no more payout for us, and you're there 2 nights and all that. So we're just staying away from that. We're looking at maybe going to Mountain View this Saturday night or possibly ECM. Saw where ECM's having 2 features this weekend. So those are 2 options there. We will go somewhere Saturday night. It's supposed to be pretty. The weather's supposed to be great. It looks like it's finally starting to get racing weather. So looking forward to that. Not sure just yet where we'll be, but anyways, right now I'm out here changing out light bulbs in the garage there. While we put the parts and all in here, it was kind of hard to see with this old style light here and the original light bulb up there. So I replaced it with one of those, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but it's one of them 3-prong garage lights, and man, it makes a world of difference in here. So anyways, just wanted to give you a quick update what our plans was and what happened. It was kind of, I didn't even get this video edited till Sunday evening after Easter and all, so it's kind of delayed getting it out, but it's out and we're gonna have it out hopefully tonight. I can get it uploaded tonight and you can be watching it tonight, Monday night. So look forward to seeing everyone this weekend somewhere. I'm sure we'll probably be back out in the shop. I mean, everything's pretty much ready to go. Just kind of got to do some minor touching up. So we'll probably do a little bit of videoing in there. It probably won't be nothing too in depth or too extensive or did I say that right? Extensive? Yeah, extensive. Yeah, y'all know what I mean. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you hadn't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. And we'll catch you guys this weekend. Appreciate it.